There's a buzz building around the Lakers right now, and at the center of it all is none other than Austin Reeves. If you've been following the Lakers this season, you already know, Reeves has been nothing short of a revelation. Night after night, he's delivering clutch plays, making smart decisions, and proving that he's not just a complimentary piece. He's a future cornerstone. And now, the Lakers face a major decision that could shape their future for years to come. Will they lock him in with a new contract extension? Or risk losing him down the line? Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Let's rewind for a second. Back in 2023, Austin Reeves signed a 4-year, $54 million deal with the Lakers. At the time, many fans called it a steal, and they were absolutely right. That contract quickly became one of the most team-friendly deals in the NBA. Reeves gave the Lakers production that far exceeded his paycheck. Fast forward to this season, and the value he's bringing to the court is on a whole new level. He's averaging 20.2 points per game, pulling down 4.5 rebounds, and dishing out 5.8 assists. Those aren't role-player numbers, those are star numbers. And what's more impressive is how he's getting it done. Whether it's knocking down tough shots in crunch time, creating plays out of nothing, or stepping up when others go cold, Reeves is showing that he can carry the offensive load when needed. The Lakers know what they have in him. He's tough, smart, and fearless. He plays with heart, and he fits perfectly alongside stars like LeBron James and Luka Doncic. But here's where things get tricky. That bargain contract. It's not going to happen again. This summer, Reeves becomes eligible for a contract extension. If both sides agree, he could sign a 4-year deal worth $89.2 million. It's a significant jump, but it still might end up being a value if he continues on this trajectory. But Reeves has options. If he decides to wait until 2026, he could be looking at an even bigger payday, $98 million over 4 years. Or, he could bet on himself, hit unrestricted free agency, and potentially land a deal worth up to 25% of a team's salary cap. That's superstar money. And honestly, he might just be worth it. If the Lakers let him walk in free agency, it could go down as one of the franchise's biggest mistakes in recent years. Because the truth is, players like Reeves don't come around often. Guys who can seamlessly adapt, who have ice in their veins, and who elevate their game on the biggest stage. We've seen flashes of what he can become. And if he keeps evolving like this, there will be a lot of teams lining up to make him their next big signing. Now, let's talk about timing. LeBron James is still defying time and dominating at age 40, but even the greatest can't play forever. Retirement could be on the horizon in the next couple of seasons. And when that happens, the Lakers will need someone ready to step up. Someone who can help shoulder the offensive load. Someone who understands the system, the pressure, and the expectations in Los Angeles. That someone might already be on the roster, and his name is Austin Reeves. Pairing Reeves with Luka Doncic could be the long-term blueprint for success in LA. Doncic is a generational talent, but he can't do it all alone. Reeves has the skills, the mentality, and the experience to be that co-star. Not just a role player, but a legitimate second option, or even the lead guy on certain nights. Think about it. How many players in the league right now can average 20-plus points while still being unselfish, reading the floor like a veteran, and stepping up in clutch moments without needing the spotlight? Reeves checks every box. And he's only 26. His best years are ahead of him. So here's the big question the Lakers front office has to answer. Do they pay up now and secure their future? Or do they risk letting another team steal him away in the coming years? Because let's be real, if Reeves hits the open market, it won't be long before contenders and rebuilding teams alike are throwing massive offers his way. He's the kind of player you build around. The kind of player fans rally behind. The kind of player that helps turn a good team into a great one. The Lakers struck gold when they first signed him. But lightning rarely strikes twice. If they want to keep him in purple and gold, they're going to have to open the checkbook. And honestly, they should. Because Austin Reeves isn't just having a breakout season, he's building a legacy. And the Lakers would be wise to make sure that legacy continues in Los Angeles. Nobody expected LeBron James to still be this dominant in his 22nd NBA season. At 40 years old, he's not just keeping up, he's leading. Averaging 24.6 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 8.2 assists per game, LeBron continues to defy age and expectations, making a strong case to be named to yet another All-NBA team. But while the offensive production is impressive, it's his defensive effort that's drawing serious attention and raising some concerns. After the Lakers made a shocking move to acquire Luka Doncic in a blockbuster trade, they lost Anthony Davis in the process, their defensive anchor and one of the best rim protectors in the league. That left a massive hole in the paint, and someone had to fill it. That someone: LeBron James. With Davis gone, LeBron has had to take on more defensive responsibility than ever before. He's accepted the challenge with the same fire that's defined his entire career. But here's the catch: the playoffs are approaching fast, and there's growing concern about whether he can sustain this level of energy on both ends of the floor through a grueling postseason run. One NBA scout shared his observations in an interview with ESPN, saying, "Luka has to guard someone, and that tires him out. LeBron, when he starts to feel fatigue, will switch to positions where he doesn't have to move as much. I've seen it happen multiple times in one possession. Teams are going to hunt LeBron and Luka in pick-and-rolls during the playoffs." That's not just speculation, it's strategy. Teams will look to exploit these matchups and force the Lakers' stars into uncomfortable situations on defense. And even though LeBron has always been a high IQ defender, age and wear and tear could become real factors. The scout continued, "LeBron rarely fouls, and he's still incredibly smart on defense. But with the right matchup, you can get buckets against him. He's an all-time great, no question, but that doesn't mean he's untouchable in the postseason." Now, despite the defensive red flags, let's not forget how lethal this Lakers offense can be. LeBron, Luka, Reeves. That trio alone gives the Lakers more playmaking than most teams can dream of. The offensive firepower they bring could be enough to overcome some of the defensive gaps. Another veteran scout put it plainly: the Lakers have more shot creators than almost any team in the league. That kind of firepower gives opponents headaches. If the defense can just hold steady, just be average, the Lakers have enough offensive talent to beat just about anyone in a 7-game series. But there's still a major problem that can't be ignored: the frontcourt. After the Luka trade, the Lakers were left with only Jackson Hayes at the center position. In an effort to patch the hole, they signed veteran big man Alex Len. But let's be real, his impact has been minimal, and the Lakers still don't have a true defensive anchor in the paint. And that's a big deal in the playoffs, especially against teams with dominant bigs. But here's where Luka's presence might change the equation. Historically, Luka Doncic has had a positive impact on the big men he plays with. One league executive explained, "Luka makes his bigs better, just like James Harden used to do. He simplifies the game for them, sets them up in spots where they can finish, and gets them into rhythm. He's doing it with Zubac now." With the Lakers using guys like Rui Hachimura and Dorian Finney-Smith at the 5, Luka's skill set might be able to maximize their impact. But it comes down to one thing: can those guys hit their open shots? That's the million-dollar question. Because spacing the floor is one thing, but capitalizing on those open looks? That's what separates good teams from great ones in the playoffs. Looking ahead, it's clear that the Lakers front office knows they're still one piece away. Before the trade deadline, they made a run at Charlotte's Mark Williams, hoping to bring in a strong interior presence. That deal didn't happen, but sources say they're planning to stay aggressive in the offseason. They want a dominant big man to pair with Luka and LeBron. They know that's the missing piece. But until then, the weight of the Lakers' postseason hopes falls largely on LeBron's shoulders, again. And at this stage of his career, with all the miles, all the pressure, and all the expectations, the question becomes: how much does LeBron have left in the tank? Because if he can keep up this level of play, if he can continue to lead both offensively and defensively, the Lakers are a legit threat to win it all. But if he runs out of gas, if LeBron fades late in the playoffs, if his defensive load becomes too much to bear, if opposing teams start attacking him and Luka possession after possession, it could spell trouble for LA. For now, Lakers fans can only watch and hope. Hope that LeBron's greatness still has one more deep playoff run left. Hope that Luka and Reeves keep rising. Hope that the frontcourt holds up just enough. Because with LeBron James, anything is possible, but nothing is guaranteed. Rui Hachimura's time with the Los Angeles Lakers could be approaching a turning point, at least if one particular trade scenario currently being floated gains traction in the front office. The idea isn't just speculation. It stems from a credible and calculated proposal that has generated buzz among analysts and fans alike. Following the massive and unexpected trade that brought Luka Doncic to Los Angeles, the entire trajectory of the Lakers season shifted. Once considered a team with questionable depth and fading title hopes, they suddenly found themselves reinvigorated and rebranded as legitimate championship contenders. Doncic's ability to command the floor, control tempo, and make his teammates better has been transformational. However, that dramatic improvement came with a major cost. Anthony Davis, their defensive anchor and all-star center, was shipped to Dallas as part of the package to acquire Doncic. His absence has left a gaping hole in the frontcourt that still hasn't been fully addressed. To be fair, Jackson Hayes has risen to the occasion far more than most expected. He's brought energy, hustle, and a willingness to do the dirty work under the rim. But Hayes isn't a long-term solution, nor is he the elite, game-altering presence that a title-aspiring team needs patrolling the paint. The Lakers know this. Their coaching staff knows this. And so do their opponents. As the postseason looms and the margin for error tightens, it's become increasingly evident that the Lakers must find a dependable big man who can not only defend the rim but also fit seamlessly alongside their core of LeBron James, Doncic, and Austin Reeves. With free agency on the horizon, several names have surfaced. Miles Turner, Clint Capella, and Brook Lopez are all expected to be available and could immediately contribute. But there's a catch. They're all veterans with mileage. And while experienced players bring a certain value, the Lakers front office seems interested in a younger, more dynamic option who can develop alongside Doncic and help lead the franchise into its next era. That's where Brooklyn Nets center Nick Claxton enters the conversation. Despite playing for one of the league's bottom-dwelling teams, Claxton has quietly developed into one of the NBA's most promising rim protectors. His combination of length, mobility, and shot-blocking instincts make him a rare asset. Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report recently laid out a trade idea that would send Claxton to Los Angeles in exchange for a package that includes Rui Hachimura, rookie sharpshooter Dalton Knecht, a future first-round pick, and a future pick swap. In a column published on April 7th, Buckley explained the rationale behind such a deal. They didn't try to trade for Mark Williams without reason, he wrote, referencing a previously discussed deal the Lakers had pursued. With Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and a 40-year-old LeBron James defending on the perimeter, this team desperately needs interior defense. Offensively, those three can feed a rim-running big. Claxton, who shoots 63.5% for his career and is once again among the league's best shot blockers, fits both needs perfectly. This wouldn't be a light move for Los Angeles. Trading Hachimura, who has carved out a meaningful role as a stretch forward and capable defender, would already be a tough decision. Toss in Dalton Knecht, a promising rookie with shooting upside, plus 2 valuable future picks, and suddenly this trade becomes a significant bet on Claxton's ability to evolve. Claxton's numbers don't necessarily leap off the stat sheet. He averages just over 10 points per game and offers little to no shooting from deep. But he makes up for that with defensive timing, elite verticality, and strong finishing near the basket. Playing alongside floor generals like LeBron and Luka would likely give him more scoring chances than he's ever had in Brooklyn, possibly boosting his offensive production even if he never develops a jumper. Still, it's hard to ignore what the Lakers would be giving up. Hachimura has been a reliable contributor and locker room presence. Knecht offers floor spacing, youth, and future value. And those picks, they could be instrumental in future trades or franchise development. It's not a decision the front office would take lightly. From Brooklyn's perspective, the situation is also complex. Since the disbandment of their star trio, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, and Kevin Durant, the franchise has struggled to establish an identity. They've missed the playoffs, failed to attract marquee free agents, and currently find themselves in a perpetual rebuild. Claxton, while talented, is also approaching a contract crossroads and could be a prime candidate for a trade if the return is right. A package that includes Hachimura, Knecht, and future draft capital might just be what Brooklyn needs to jumpstart a new chapter. As Buckley noted, they're on pace to finish with a losing record for the second year in a row. And even though they've been losing, they still lack blue-chip young talent. This kind of return, whether they keep Knecht and the picks or flip them, would provide flexibility and a path forward. For the Nets, adding multiple assets with potential either gives them young pieces to build around or trade leverage for a larger splash down the road. Hachimura could be a valuable contributor or a future trade piece. Knecht, with the right development, might become a long-term weapon on the wing. And the draft assets provide a safety net, or ammunition. So, is this a trade that truly benefits both sides? On paper, it checks boxes. The Lakers get the defensive upgrade they desperately need. The Nets secure assets for the future. But real-life trades are rarely that simple. Chemistry, development, expectations, all play a role. Claxton would need to adapt quickly. Hachimura would need to thrive in a new environment. And both franchises would need to manage the media storm that follows blockbuster trades. Whether or not the Lakers decide to roll the dice on Claxton remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. Their front office is aggressively exploring ways to round out their roster and give LeBron and Luka the supporting cast they need to chase another banner. And if Claxton is the missing piece, this proposed deal might be more than just speculation. It might be the next big move in Lakerland.